So we are getting really close to the IPL mega auction. The list of 1505 for 74 players is out. A lot of Indian star players who were not retained by their franchises have also featured in this list. In this video, I'm going to be taking you through the key players who the franchises will be looking at to get them in their team so that they can have a good IPL 2025 season. Many franchises are still looking for a captain, and in this list there are a lot of captaincy options. But before that, I'm just going to be quickly taking you through the breakup as far as overseas players are concerned. A total of 409 overseas players are there in this auction out of the 1574 players. 91 of which are from South Africa. That's the highest portion as far as overseas players are concerned. Then you have 76 from Australia, 52 from England, 39 from New Zealand, 33 from West Indies, 29 from Sri Lanka. Afghanistan has 29 players, same. Bangladesh 13 players. Netherlands has a representation of 12 players as well. Then you have the United States, 10 players from the United States have registered in the auctions, and franchises have shown interest in them. Definitely what they did in the T20 World Cup has grabbed attention of a lot of franchises. Then we come to Ireland, has 9 players, Zimbabwe 8, Canada 4, Scotland 2, and Italy. It's going to be a first time in the history of IPL that a player from Italy will be part of the auction. Talking about taking cricket globally, that's definitely one step towards that as well. UAE will have 1 player as well. Moving forward to the list of players, many players that I just mentioned are there in the auction. Many teams, all the teams at the max have retained a number of 6 players. So the core definitely might be intact, but they still need to fill up their team. A maximum of 25 players a team can have. And that's exactly what the slots the teams will be trying to fill. What are the options? Let's just go through them as well. The key players in this list as far as that is concerned, it's going to be Ravichandran Ashwin at a base price of 2 CR and Yuzvendra Chahal at a base price of 2 CR. Deepak Chahar as well at a base, Deepak Chahar also in this list. You also going to have Akash Deep in this list at a reasonable base price if that is concerned. Venkatesh Iyer, another name who can be a good prospect for teams, giving that all-round option. The next list has even bigger players. You talk about captaincy options, you have a lot of them as far as this list is concerned. Shreyas Iyer, the IPL winning captain, first name here. 2 CR is his base price, but that's definitely not going to be the case for him. He could very well be one of the expensive buys in this mega auction because a lot of teams are looking for a captain, and who better than Shreyas Iyer, who himself has just freshly won an IPL and would be in the auction and would be trying to win another IPL with a new franchise. So definitely his bid is going to go way up. Apart from that, you have Avesh Khan, Sarfaraz Khan, who was unsold last time around, keeping his base price at 75 lakhs itself. Ishan Kishan at 2 crores, definitely could be a great buy for many franchises, but again, a wicket-keeping option, maybe, just maybe, a few teams might be looking him at as a future captain as well. You have Prasidh Krishna, who will be going for the Indian team, has just made his comeback as far as Indian team is concerned in the longest format at 2 CR. Mukesh Kumar last time around played for the Delhi Capitals, had a good season. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, another name in the auction. You have Umran Malik, Shivam Mavi, T. Natarajan. You also have Manish Pandey, Krunal Pandya at a base price of 2 CR. And the last name that you see here in this list is Rishabh Pant. Many experts have actually predicted that Rishabh Pant could be the most expensive player ever in the history of the IPL, and the reason for that being is that firstly, he gives you a wicket-keeping batting option. Secondly, he's an Indian. And thirdly, the most important one is the captaincy option. His time at Delhi Capitals as a captain wasn't that great, wasn't able to take the team to that cup, wasn't able to lift the cup, but still the kind of X factor he gets in him, the kind of X factor that is there in him, he could definitely be one of the most expensive players, if not the most expensive player. His bidding will start at 2 crore, but nobody knows where will it go and stop finally. And the next, it is Harshal Patel, Ajinkya Rahane, KL Rahul, another person released by the Lucknow Super Giants, another captaincy option. Many fans want him to go back home, that is Royal Challengers Bangalore. They are too, might just be looking for a captain, if not Virat Kohli. They haven't retained many players. They need to build their core and then build their team around it. So KL Rahul could definitely be that one person in that list. 2 CR is his price. Nitish Rana, KKR might be looking at Nitish Rana as well, put 1.5 CR. You also have Mohammad Shami, who's been released, and he as well at 2 CR. Right now suffering from an injury, hasn't been in action since a year now, wasn't even part of the previous IPL, but this time he'll be making a comeback for the IPL, and it'll be interesting to see what price other franchises ready to pay for a bowler like Mohammad Shami. You also have Ishant Sharma, Prithvi Shaw, Arshdeep Singh at 2 CR, another Indian fast bowler, very rare commodity, so he could also go and touch the double digits as far as his bid is concerned. More Indian players, you have Mohammad Siraj at 2 CR, Washington Sundar again at 2 CR, Shardul Thakur at 2 CR. These three names in this list are going to be all the franchises. Any franchise would want them. Again, Indian fast bowler Shardul Thakur also gives them the option with the bat. Washington Sundar, what a time he is having. 2 CR, nobody thinks, even he doesn't expect that that's going to be what he's going to get. It's definitely going to be a lot more than 2 CR, because many franchises will be wanting to have a Washington Sundar. You never know, maybe RTM is also used for any of these players if the price is in the budget of the franchise that can use the RTM. Moving on to overseas players, you have the Afghan players here, and definitely people would be gunning for them also, especially seeing the surge in their cricket that they have seen in the ODI World Cup first and then being the semi-finalists of the T20 World Cup. Fazal Haq Farooqi you have at 2 crores, Rahmatullah Gurbaz at 2 crore, Mohammad Nabi, an experienced campaigner, played IPL quite a lot of times at 1.5 CR. You also have Gulbadin Naib, Azmatullah Umarzai, another all-rounder, last time part of the Gujarat Titans. He will also attract a lot of money towards himself. Mujibur Rahman and Naveenul Haq could be a person who the RTM might be used for, seeing the results that he has shown in the 2 seasons that he has played till now. Najibullah Zadran and Ibrahim Zadran as well. They will also want to be part of some IPL franchise, so that more they learn, the better the Afghanistan cricket will get too. Moving to the Australians for a bit now. Ashton Agar, you have Sean Abbott, Jason Behrendorff, Cameron Bancroft, Scott Boland, Alex Carey, Ben Cutting, Tim David, a Mumbai player, might just get the RTM card if Mumbai uses it, but that's not going to be the case because they have retained most all their slots. Their slots are filled up properly. So Tim David will attract a lot of money, has been part of the IPL since many seasons now, has played for the RCB, for the Mumbai Indians, is definitely that big hitter in the middle order, and it's a very rare commodity as far as middle order batters are concerned. So Tim David will definitely attract the money. But the key person in this list, the marquee player as far as this section of the list is concerned, is this guy, second last on your screens right now, Jake Fraser McGurk. Delhi Capitals did not retain him, and there were many questions on Delhi Capitals that how can you let go of a Jake Fraser McGurk, especially after what he did last time. A great season for him at a blistering strike rate, was since came out batting with all guns blazing, and Delhi Capitals might have the RTM that Delhi has retained might be used for Jake Fraser McGurk, but all of that will depend because Delhi is also looking for a captain in their team, so they will have to give a big portion of their purse to for a captain, and then being able to retain a Jake Fraser McGurk. It's going to be interesting how the auction starts off. 2 crore is where Jake Fraser McGurk's bidding will start from. Nathan Lyon is also going to be there. You have Mitchell Marsh, Glenn Maxwell, again an interesting name. Many people are predicting might just go to Punjab, but definitely other teams will also be gunning for a Glenn Maxwell. Giles Richardson, Matthew Short, Mitchell Stark keeps himself at 2 crore, not been retained by KKR. Last time was one of the most expensive players as far as IPL auctions is concerned in the history. So this time, is that going to be the case? We'll have to wait and watch. But that is something that in mega auctions doesn't tend to happen. The big bucks that are given to players is usually in the mini auction. Is it going to change this time around? We'll have to wait and watch. The David Warner also returns in the auction pool after being released by the Delhi Capitals. You have Adam Zampa and Josh Inglis as well. Josh Inglis, another middle order batter, hard hitter who gives that option, but is he good enough in Indian conditions? We'll have to wait and watch. And do the franchises actually have the faith in him? Again, we'll have to wait and watch for the 24th and 25th of November. English players, lots of them. You have Moeen Ali, James Anderson, 42-year-old, retired from international cricket, making a debut, registering himself for the first time in the IPL auctions. Last time played a T20 game in 2014. It's going to be interesting if there's going to be any buyer for him this time around or not. Jofra Archer has been hot and cold. Is available at times, then not available because of an injury. So will the teams go big on Jofra Archer, seeing the history of his injuries? That's something that I don't think so is going to happen. He will definitely get a buyer, but not that much money because he's very unpredictable as far as his injuries are concerned. Gus Atkinson, you have Johnny Bairstow, Sam Billings, Harry Brook, last time got ruled out due to an injury. Josh Butler wasn't retained by the Rajasthan. It was a very big surprise. Again, Josh Butler is somebody who could give you that captaincy option. Maybe an RCB would want to go after a Josh Butler, looking for that opening partner with a Virat Kohli. It could be Josh Butler, very will be. But that's not the only team who needs openers. There are many teams who needs openers. So he's also somebody who's going to attract a lot of bids for his name. Zach Crawley, Sam Curran and Tom Curran. You have Ben Duckett, Will Jacks, RCB player again. Will they use the RTM for him? We'll have to see. Chris Jordan, Liam Livingston, Oli Pope, Phil Salt, Reece Topley and Mark Wood. Just moving on to New Zealand players, fresh out of a historic win against India in that test series, but this is a different ball game altogether. IPL auctions only, you can play up to 4 overseas players. So how many of them will get a buyer? We'll have to wait and watch, which I'll just take you through the list once. There's Trent Boult, Michael Bracewell, Devin Conway, Lockie Ferguson, Martin Guptill, Matt Henry, Kyle Jamieson, Tom Latham, Darren Mitchell, Jimmy Neesham, Will O'Rourke, who impressed in the test series, Ajaz Patel, Glenn Phillips, Rachin Ravindra, Mitchell Santner, Ish Sodhi, Tim Southee and Kane Williamson. Trent Boult, Devin Conway, Ferguson, Guptill. You then have Will O'Rourke is an exciting prospect, Glenn Phillips, Rachin Ravindra, Mitchell Santner and Tim Southee. All of these people would definitely be getting a team to which they can call home, but how much price will they actually attract? That we'll have to wait and see. Moving on to the South African players, you have Gerald Coetzee at 1.25, had a decent enough season for the Mumbai Indians last time. Quinton de Kock not being retained by his franchise. Faf du Plessis, another captaincy options. Will RCB go after him again after releasing him? I don't think so. Otherwise, they would have retained him. Or maybe there's a possibility because he might not attract that much money, RCB might just use the RTM card for him. You have Reza Henriques, then Marco Jansen, Keshav Maharaj, Aiden Markram, David Miller, Gujarat Titans, Lungi Ningiri, Kagiso Rabada, Tabraiz Shamsi, Andrik Nokia, Tristan Stubbs and Rassie van der Dusen. So Tristan Stubbs, I'm pretty sure every one of you will be a little surprised to see the name of Tristan Stubbs, and so was everyone. It's been doing the rounds on so different news portals that Tristan Stubbs' name has been added over here for a base price of 1.5 CR, but he's been retained by the Delhi Capitals and still his name being in the auction list. That's a little surprising, and there is no clarification from the franchise or from the IPL committee till now. We'll have to wait and watch what the case is as we move ahead. Two Sri Lankans, Vanindu Hasranga, Mahesh Theekshana, both of them have impressed in the IPL. In fact, Vanindu Hasranga was a very expensive buy for the RCB also, then got injured, so a lot of confusion as far as that is concerned. But his T20 form is definitely that a lot of franchises would be looking at, because that is on its peak. Be it the Lanka Premier League, he was in his best of his forms then, but will a franchise buy him and at what price? That's that's to be seen as we move ahead. Last but not the least, you have Sikandar Raza, Ali Khan, Saurav Netravalkar, Arjun Tendulkar and Piyush Chawla. Arjun Tendulkar at a base price of 30 lakhs. Saurav Netravalkar had a brilliant time in the T20 World Cup, was the pick of the bowlers, one of the best bowlers in the tournament, was a very big reason for the success that USA ended up getting in that World Cup. So many franchises might just be wanting to have him as a backup bowler as well. Piyush Chawla, a season campaigner at 50 lakh rupees, not a bad buy, but is it 50 lakhs where his price will stop at? That for the franchise will have to think about that as they go ahead in the auction. So it's going to be a very interesting auction. I just pointed out many captaincy options, many hard-hitting options, batters as far as that is concerned, bowling options. So it's going to be a really interesting auction. All the teams are supposed to still create their squad. They need to first create their playing 11, then their bench strength, because it's going to be a long season. IPL is always hectic. Players do tend to get injured and all of these things. So all of this would be seen by the franchises. The think tanks have already been would be sitting together and thinking hard on what to be done, what should not be done. Many franchises, as you know, in the past also do conduct a mock auction as well, many rounds of that. So all of that would have begun, and so have we started building up towards that IPL mega auction on the 24th and 25th of November. So for all this related stories and all the excitement related to the IPL auction or the Border Gavaskar Trophy, you need to subscribe to Sports Today. And if you like this video, do give us a like and do not forget to share this video with all your sport loving friends.